Happy Down Bad at Work Day, everybody. All right. We're going to have some people join in. And we're going to go live on Instagram as well. Guys, today we're doing Down Bad at Work. I'm Jack, Boss Man Jack. I'm filling in for Tucker today. Every Tuesday, we're going to be answering your questions about your work problems, your annoying coworkers, your work crush. Down Bad just hit 1 million on TikTok, so we're super pumped about that. Shout out Tucker, the much less handsome host. And let's go live on Instagram as well. Rowan, do we have people who have joined the Twitch yet? There we go. What? Yeah, there we go. First. All right. What's up, everybody? We are live again with the Down Bad at Work hotline. We call in the number up top. We're taking your calls. We're taking your questions. We got a lot of good calls the past couple of weeks. I'm excited to start sharing with them this week with you guys. I have some good clips. Today we're talking annoying coworkers. Okay, so call in with your calls. We got this Google hotline set up. While we wait for some folks to join, I'm going live with the Down Bad Twitch. Down Bad just hit 1 million followers today. My boy Tucker is an internet priest who gives dating advice. He's my annoying coworker. And we're celebrating 1 million by answering your work calls. So we got a first call coming in right now. Down Bad at Work, let's do it.
Call from
Austin.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press...
Hello.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, Austin? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I had to.
You got no choice. So what can I do for you today? We're talking annoying coworkers, any work problems. We're here to answer.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm actually waiting on a coworker right now. We're supposed to have a meeting that started at 5. It's 5:06. I was just sitting on a Zoom and saw he went live, and I was like,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, let's just shoot the shit until he gets on.
Being late to a 5 o'clock meeting, that's inexcusable. You can't do that.
Yeah.
What do you what's your coworker's name?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. I don't want to get canceled for this, you know?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh man.
Why are they setting up 5 o'clock calls in the first place?
Dude, I don't even know, but he put it on my calendar today, and then he was late to it. And I'm just sitting here like a fool.
That sucks.
You know, I've got my hand on my shoulder, and I'm looking at my right thumb and my left thumb, and I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to put my ass.
That's always a hard question. I feel like what also the shitty part about like a 5 o'clock meeting is you can't be like, okay, I have a hard out after this. Like no one has like a 5:15 call, you know, to like go jump to. So you don't really have a good excuse.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, Austin.
Well, I tell you what, he just hopped on, so I got to run. But
all right, tell him I say hi.
Cheers.
All right.
I will.
Okay, bye.
Talk to you. Bye.
All right, guys. For all you guys asking in the Twitch, I am Jack. I did kill Tucker. He had a good run, but you know, it's all the good things have to come to an end at some point. No, just kidding. It's Tuesdays. We're doing Down Bad at Work, so we're here to answer your work questions. If you have a work crush, if you have a problem at work, that's what we're here for. Call into the Google Voice this week. That's what we're doing. We're gonna pick up some calls.
Call from
Reed.
To accept...
And we're talking to Reed. I'm good, Onion. Thank you for asking.
How we doing today?
What's going on, Reed?
Not too much. Just wanted to chat about the coworker that it seems like their catchphrase is "I was just gonna say that," or "I was just thinking that."
Thinking what? Say it again.
Yeah, I was just saying the annoying coworker who's in the group chat and always hyping up with, I was just thinking that, or I was just going to say that. It's like, well, why didn't you say that in the first place?
I'll be honest, that is 100% me. Like someone has like a good point. You're like, oh, I totally agree. I was just about to say that. That's the worst.
Let's be honest. You have some original content. I wouldn't put
Fair.
yourself down.
I appreciate that. But I mean, one of the biggest skills in any job is to just be able to piggyback off other people's better ideas quickly. You know, that's what gets the big bucks, you know?
Oh, I'm all about building on someone else's idea, but when literally all you're saying is, I was just going to say that just eats me.
I love that. I feel like I always do that in a meeting where like, I'm like, fuck, I don't have anything interesting to say. The second someone says something good, I'm going to be like, oh yeah. And like to kind of piggyback off that, here's the same thing in the exact same words, but slightly different.
Well, fortunately, the person who does this at my work, she studied abroad with one of my good buddies, to happen to have that connection, so I can immediately go to him whenever she pipes up with something like that. And
Exactly.
Said, do you believe this person said that again?
That's a good person. And you're like slacking throughout the meeting, like talking shit about the coworker.
Except for it doesn't work in my company, so it's totally
there you
okay
go.
and won't be sent to HR.
Exactly. You can't have that. Can't have that at all.
Well, appreciate you having me on. Keep up the awesome content. Love what you're doing.
Appreciate it, Reed. Have a good one, man.
Take care. Later.
All right. Yes, for those in the Down Bad Twitch, I am a Diet Tucker. All I really want to do is be Tucker, and I forced him to let me go on this Twitch stream today. And if you guys could just be nice to me, that would be great. I don't want to get bullied by people today. It's been a long day at the office. We're gonna pick up another call. You call into the number, okay? We're doing questions about work. It doesn't have to be about work. It can be about dating if you want, but most of these are about work.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
We might have had a hang up there. All right, let's pop it in the comments here. Oh, I love doing this. Someone goes, my coworker would always spit out the wrong answer, and when he's corrected, say, oh yeah, that's what I said. That's a classic move. Another move that you can do is when someone's talking and they're about to say something, you jump in and say the same thing at the same time as them, and it seems like you agreed with them, but they just had the idea the entire time. All right, hopefully this guy's gonna actually speak this time. Hello.
Call from.
Hello, I am Charlie.
To accept.
Charlie.
Oh, shit. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not too bad. Just got off work, smoking a joint.
Yeah? What, how big of a joint?
Probably about, like, as long as a pinky, as fat as a thumb.
As long as a pinky, as fat as a thumb. I like how your sizes are finger related. That's very helpful for context.
Yeah, I figured it's that or rocks.
Rocks?
That's all I got around. My fingers or gravel.
Yeah, and that's good. Gravel can be pretty inconsistent with its sizing, so I think the fingers really helps. How was your day at work? What do you do for work?
I do auto glass for a living.
Nice. What do you do with
It can be all right, you know. You're in people's cars every day, and that can be very, very particular, you know.
Yeah. Do you ever steal stuff from the cars? Just be honest with me.
Not from a person's vehicle, like
Okay.
a person owned, but repos. If I see like a nice like pair of hat or a pair of shades or a hat or something, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, it's repoed. It's nobody's now. Everything
Exactly.
in there is not that person's.
I mean, it'd be a crime to not take it. You know, that's just adding trash to the environment. We can't have that.
Exactly. I look at it as a way as recycling. You know, one man's trash is my new outfit.
I appreciate that. I think you're saving the planet for all of us, man. And hats off to you. Greta Thunberg would be very pleased with you.
Woo!
Woo! All right,
I
I saw
didn't think I
you.
was actually going to get in this. This is pretty neat.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really have much of anything to say except for, you know, I don't know. I just didn't think I was going to get in here.
Well, you did,
That's
man,
kinda
and congrats.
caught me off guard.
Enjoy your cho joint.
Hey,
And
I will.
have a good day at work tomorrow. All right, buddy.
It depends. I don't know, like hours. It's just from wake up to get done kind of deal.
Got it. All right. Well, be careful and keep that auto glass sparkly clean. That's all I can really say.
Hey, yes, sir. I do it. I do my best that I can do. It's either be good or be good at it.
I appreciate that mindset. Yeah. All right. I'm going to hop on to someone else.
Man.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Hey, y'all have a good one. Peace.
God bless. All right.
Call from.
Dang.
What's up, bud? And we had another hang up. It's okay, guys. Don't be nervous. You can talk to me. Just call the number. If you want to hang up, that's okay too. I don't bite.
Call from.
Sean.
To accept, press 1.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I wouldn't say I'm a regular. I've been here before. Most people know me as like the Guitar Center guy.
Nice. So you've talked to Father Tug mainly?
Yeah.
How did you become the guitar?
On this girl who I was talking to who works at Guitar Center with me.
Okay.
And usually when I would call in, I'm like, oh, he's like, oh yeah, you're the Guitar Center guy, because they're always chill, which we're mostly chill. But besides that, I'm at the story because Guitar Center is not always as chill as it looks.
Oh, really? Things get a little crazy over there.
Yeah. So working at Guitar Center, most of the people there are just like 90% of them are metalheads. But there's like a bunch of cool, chill, music people and whatnot. You got all that. But my story comes in with the bosses because, like, as cool as the people are, I've never seen bosses at my jobs that do so little in my life. I used to
Really?
work at like a retail before that. So, I work as a guitar teacher right now.
Oh, nice. And they're just
Yeah.
not doing
And
shit
so-
around the office?
Yeah. Long story short, just because it's so complicated, I just want to make this, I want to just get the point of it across, is I used to make a lot more when I was there because I used to have more students,
Okay.
but they stopped actually about my department. So I went from having like 20 plus students, making some pretty good money. I'm just working at Guitar Center.
Hell yeah.
To having 8
Okay.
that I have now. Actually, I was literally just about to leave for work until they called me and told me my student canceled. I was like, oh,
That
damn,
sucks.
that hurts.
At least you didn't have to go all the way
Yeah.
in and not have to, and without a student, I didn't even know Guitar
Yeah, that's
Center
true.
gave lessons. I didn't even know Guitar Center gave lessons. This is news to me.
Yep, that's our selling point, even though we don't really do a really good job of selling it.
What's the worst student you've ever had?
Oh, okay, worst student I've ever had? I would say it's more the worst student's parent I've ever had. All my students have actually been
I'm
pretty
sure,
great.
yeah, you can't get mad at a kid, right? It's usually the parents that are paying.
Yeah. All my students, I've had 3 adult students, and most of them are kids. I had this one student. He was the nicest kid. I was teaching. He came into my lesson. He was like, "I want to learn how to play Harry Styles." I'm like, "That's basic, but sure, whatever."
Okay.
And
He's the most popular
he's
artist
a kid.
ever,
He's
yeah.
10. I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm teaching this kid for a few weeks. And one day I come to work and I noticed, I'm like, oh, they move because I have a schedule, and they moved that kid's lesson to another day. So I was like, to a later time. So I was like, okay, that's weird. They can still have the lesson though. I get there and the mom is just sitting there she just looks like she's about to give me the business for nothing.
Oh.
And
The good business or the
Yeah,
bad business?
bad business.
Oh, okay.
She is 100% a Karen.
Can't have that.
Yeah, she goes to me. She was like, yeah, so why are we later in the day? Now, mind you, I don't know how that works. I just teach the lessons. I don't do all the logistics.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, why are we later in the day? We were supposed to be here 2 hours ago, and I was told that we got pushed because you didn't want to teach us. I'm like, hola, 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 hola.
Hola.
Yeah, I teach the lesson, every time they ask me questions about that, I'm like, you can go to my manager. I just teach the lesson.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, well, next time I feel like you should let me know because I'd hate to have to go to somebody about this. And like,
Oh, jerk off.
and her son is just sitting there so quiet, and he just looks so embarrassed. I'm like, this poor kid. And I
Yeah.
just like cut it. I'm just like, hey kid, let's go. I just take him to the lesson room and teach him.
I know, you almost feel bad for the kid when his mom's like that.
Yeah. And then apparently I would learn from my coworkers that like, yeah, they're equally hard. She was equally horrible to everybody. So that's
Damn.
definitely my
Well, I'm sorry to hear that,
worst
man.
student parent.
Well, look, we got
Yeah,
another couple
but, I
callers
mean-
on the line. I'm gonna hop over to them.
Yep.
But if I need a guitar list, I know where to come. All right.
Yep.
Thank you, Guitar Center guy.
Thank you.
Call from
Chase.
Jake, you keep hanging up, Jake. Okay, if you want to talk, just continue to just stay with it, man. Don't give up. All right, we got another call. Folks, I am Jack. We're doing Down Bad at Work today. My Work Retired Eye people, I'm doing a stream on the Down Bad Patrol Twitch. We're answering questions about annoying coworkers, bad work stories. Call the number up top. We're getting a call right now.
Call from
Let's
Zach
chat.
Giverson.
to accept, press 1.
Hello.
Oh my God, did we actually make it on?
Is this the Zach
Jack?
Giberson?
Yeah, this is Zach Giverson.
Holy
my
shit,
God,
this
bro.
guy's a legend, man. What's going on?
Wait,
What can
are we
I do
actually
for
on
you?
live right now?
You're live.
Are
You're
we on
streaming
Instagram
to almost 100 people.
Holy shit. All right, well, I'm with Wyatt Jackson, actually. I didn't think you were going to pick up.
Do you remember that time
Okay.
that you told my dad that you slept with our gardener?
Yeah, that's a true story. That happened.
Okay. All right. You did it.
Yeah.
You wish you wish you could. Gardeners.
Yeah, it has the highest infidelity rate.
Yes, that's statistically accurate.
That and nurses. Yeah.
Well,
That's,
nurses are the worst. We
Yeah,
all
so
know
what,
that. So Zach, here's what we're doing today. People are giving us stories about annoying coworkers or their like biggest work problems. So what's the biggest beef you have with a coworker right now?
I have a previous coworker story that's pretty crazy. I could tell that one. That probably would get the most.
Let's hear it.
It's about. Okay. I cannot believe I'm about to tell this story. All right. I have to be okay.
Change
so
the
this
names.
was probably a few years ago. Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay, this is a few years ago. Basically, worked and lived with a guy that like was always complaining about women,
Okay.
and we were like, I lived with another guy who also worked at another startup, and this guy was always having like girls over. He had like an Excel sheet of like women that would like come over from Tinder.
Got it. So
And-
he's a really good guy.
He's a really great guy.
Yeah.
Really, really straightforward with women. And yeah, well, it basically, long story short, is we were like doing work in the office, and we were just like hoping that, you know, he would do work, but he was just like on an Excel sheet the whole time. And for like months, we like never understood. We thought this was like for fundraising, and
Oh my god.
we eventually found out that this Excel sheet was for Tinder, for managing all of his dates.
So like anytime you would like walk past his screen and he had Excel up, he was just ranking
yeah, he had Excel up. We're
women.
like, oh man, he's like working really hard. Like
This guy's
always
grinding in Excel.
Yeah, this guy's an Excel hot, and yeah, like months later we found out that it was just this one Excel sheet.
Oh my
basically
God.
trying to score dates.
This guy's
It
a
was like
psycho.
a likelihood of scoring this date with this girl.
Oh my god. Well,
Uh,
I mean, this is insane. Anyone who's listening, do
Yeah,
not
so-
do this. But what?
Do not-
How did he get to these like?
It gets worse. It gets worse.
It gets worse. Okay, I won't interrupt. Keep going.
Okay. I'll make it short. So basically, we found out that he had we were getting like a lot of boxes to the house, and we were just like always wondering what
was in the boxes, and eventually, like, I think we found like a receipt, and it was like it was for Roman. I don't know if you've heard of that company called Roman. It's like
Yes.
ED pills.
Yes.
So this guy just had like he basically created like fake profiles so that he could get like free trials of this Roman. So he just had like he probably had like stashes of Roman in his house.
Oh my God.
And
How much Roman does
one
one
time
man need?
Dude, I don't know, but I mean, this guy, I think, did need a fuck ton of boxes outside of his house. We didn't live with him, but one time we went over to his house, and he was just like, I guess he was using them. It was like a whole 3 hours. Like, we were supposed to hang out, and we were just kind of waiting for it to
Got it. This is every woman's dream, you know? A guy that needs male enhancement and ranks women through an Excel formula.
Yeah, that's my.
He sounds like a really happy guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was like always bloodshot. We were like, why is he always bloodshot? And I was like, oh, he probably just kept using Roman.
Yeah, no, he's just too much Roman. Well, Zach, thank you for telling us the story about yourself. Your friend. Yeah, we get it, man. Of course.
Yeah.
If I were to tell your friend, I would say delete the apps and like maybe go on a date with a real person in real life and jerk off less, maybe.
Jerk off, yeah. Get browsers.
Yeah.
Go have fun. Yeah. Well.
All right, Zach. Well, I don't mean to rush you off the phone here, but it was great catching up with you.
Go for it.
All right. Peace, brother.
All right. See you.
All right. Guys, don't rate women in Excel. Didn't think I had to say it. And don't do it on your work computer either. That's just a weird move. You know, I didn't think I had to say that, but I guess I do. I asked some of you guys on my Instagram story. For all the people on the Twitch, I'm Jack. I'm doing Down Bad at Work. We're specializing in work advice. You can call about dating advice as well. I'm happy to help you out. I'm no father tug, but I am here to answer your questions. The number's up top. Just keep calling. If you don't come through as done to them, and I printed out a few of the responses. Some of them were pretty good. Let's see. Well, we had a woman just say that she made out with a married man. It's not really an annoying coworker. I don't know who the annoying coworker is there. Maybe it's her. But good for her. And actually, this is an interesting story. Work makeouts, these generally happen at like a work happy hour. I used to work in a WeWork, okay? And two of my coworkers walked into a meeting space. So there's like a lot of different companies there. There's like a million different people, just random people. Two people were just making out on the couch in the meeting room in the middle of a WeWork. That's insane. You don't do that. Like in the middle of the day to just be like making out it's disgusting. That's where we do presentations. There's nothing sacred. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. Someone said, my boss tried to give me more work because they don't want me to be bored. Please just let me be bored. Actual fact. Is there any work that you want to like take on and advance your career? No, I don't. Like I actually just want to get paid and go home and enjoy the rest of my life. I'm here for the paycheck, not for the career. All right, let's see what else we got. Yes, Laura. Laura actually just read your response. They were having a meeting. Yeah, technically making out counts as a meeting. All right, we're getting a quick call. Let's hop on.
Call from
Adina.
To accept, press 1.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's going on?
Okay, so this is kind of like, it's not really work related, it's more like school related, but
All good.
I've been thinking about it a lot. So my junior and senior year of high school, I was in the market towards a lot of us, especially me. And I was in a very high leadership position in our band, and he demoted me my senior year because he didn't like me. And he continued to just treat me like shit. So my senior year when I graduated, one of my freshmen from my section told me that he had admitted to her how much he didn't like me, which is illegal, I would like to say.
Yeah.
And earlier in the year, he had also admitted to a friend of mine that was like an alumni working with us how like toxic I was apparently, and like told her to stop talking to me.
Interesting.
So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, so hypothetically, if I were to legally pursue this man, would you support me in court? Because I was like, I don't want him to do this to any other band. I don't want him to do this to another kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to get his license revoked. And she was like, no, I wouldn't, because it would be making a big deal over a band director.
Yeah.
So I tried to explain to her, like, it's not about, like, this isn't just about, like, my senior year and how much he hurt me. This is about making sure he doesn't do this to another kid. And she refused to listen to me, so I stopped talking to her for a while. And then she started, like, subtweeting me on Twitter, and she made a TikTok about me. So I blocked her on everything without saying anything, because I was like, I don't need that energy. I'm about to go to college. You know, that's not being a true friend. Yeah, I feel like I was in the right there. Like, maybe I could have handled it a little bit differently, but I feel like I was in the right to, like, just stop talking to her.
Uh-huh.
But apparently she is making, like, my entire hometown hate me.
Really?
Yeah. And I don't really know what to do about it.
And is the main reason that she's mad at you because you basically just cut her off after she wouldn't support you?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because, well, when she found out that I wasn't even mad at her, like, I just felt really hurt that she wasn't listening to me.
Yeah.
She reached out to me a couple weeks later, and she was like, dude, are you still mad at me? And I was like, okay, that's not a way to start a conversation.
Yeah.
So I just didn't reply back to her, and she saw that I left her on red. So she texted me back, and she was like, can we please talk about it? And I was like, the fact that you had to say that after you were really rude to me about it,
right?
No, I don't really want to talk about it.
And
so
how good of a
and the fact that I cut her off.
And how good of a friend was she? Like, was she one of your closest friends?
Yes, definitely. Like I had my first job with her. She got me my first job. I was in band with her from my freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
Like we were really
You were close. I mean, that's pretty disappointing, and I think it's like, especially when it's something that it's obviously something that's really important to you, and the fact that she won't support you in the first place is, you know, not necessarily something that, it's not something a good friend would do. And now maybe she doesn't want to go through the whole legal process of going through these things, but I think you're right that, like, if you don't take certain steps, then things can continue to happen to other people. It's not just about you. It's about, it's about, like, helping people after you. And so I think, you know, if she was, she might not want to make a big deal about it. And that's disappointing, but that's, I guess, her decision. I think the disappointing thing is that she doesn't really realize that how upset that makes you, right? So she doesn't really explain her whole rationale. Instead of realizing where you're coming from, she's just mad at you for being mad at her, you know? So I guess I think you are justified in being upset with her. It sucks that it sounds like she's turning people against you. I think at the end of the day, like, that's not a friend that you really need to have in your life, you know, anyways. It sounds like you're going to college. You have other stuff going on. Are you still in high school, or you're in college now?
No, I'm in college now. Like, I'm in my first semester of college.
Okay. Do you go to college nearby, or, like, did you kind of, like, go far from home?
I'm about 2.5 hours away, but my mom still lives there, so I still have my house there.
Okay. So, I mean, the thing is, like, yes, maybe she's turning people against you, but it sounds like you're starting to go out and do your own thing, and, like, you don't really need this kind of negative energy in your life, you know? And I think if you want to make it right with this friend, I think now that some time has passed, explaining your side of the situation, explaining what you were upset about, realizing that, like, you guys still are kind of young and nobody is perfect at the end of the day, and people make mistakes. But if she doesn't want to hear you out, and it's just, some friendships aren't worth having. I'm almost 30 years old. I'm friends with 10% of the people I was friends with when I was your age. You know, you're going to meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Does that help? Do you feel better? Like, what do you?
Yeah, it definitely helps. I just like I tweeted something like a week ago, and she took it out of context. Like, she thought it was about her, and
Okay.
it most definitely wasn't.
Okay.
And she like turned like half the people that were like upperclassmen when I was like a freshman and sophomore. She turned like all of them against me, and now all they do on Twitter is talk shit about me.
Well, that's
Which is upsetting to see, but like at the same time, like I'm living rent free in their heads while they're living in their hometown, and I'm in college.
Yes, that is the important thing. You are winning in this situation. Like, for them, like, these people living in their hometowns tweeting to a circle of like the 5 of each other about you, like, who gives a fuck? I mean, it's easier said than done, but like, you're doing way better than them. You don't need that shit.
Yeah, and I took a break from marching band after everything that happened, but I recently rejoined.
Great.
So
yeah, don't let other people ruin stuff
really
that you
good.
want to do. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling in. I hope that helps. And like, you don't need that shit. You're gonna you'll call back a year later and you won't even remember this.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night. All right. I'm Jack, guys, for the people in the Twitch. We're taking your questions about work. So you can be down bad when it comes to a girl, but you can be down bad, or a boy when it comes to love, but you can be down bad at work as well. So we're here to talk about embarrassing work failures, questions that you have about office stuff. It could be something like your school band. It could be whatever you want. I'm here on Tuesday nights. Tucker will be back. Congrats to Tucker. The Down Bad TikTok just hit 1 million followers. That's a big deal. Tucker's probably rich now. He could probably send you guys all money. You should ask him for money on the next stream. Tell him that I said he's rich now. And he should send you money. All right. I asked people the most annoying thing that their coworker does. Someone's boss, this is fucked up. I have to wake up every Monday and report KPIs and send out a report by 7 a.m. Why the fuck would you need a report at 7 a.m. to wake up and then have to send that out by 7 a.m.? That means you're getting up at 6. You're putting all this data together. There's no reason in the world why anyone needs a report at 7 a.m. And like, this is one of those things that if I was this person, I would just stop doing it 1 week and see how many people actually noticed or cared and do it again. And if people actually this is one of those things that you might not even have to do. Or even just do it, just send out the same report every week. Who gives a shit? All right. Other annoying things. Let's see. This one is. Married coworker promised me a BJ if I completed work for her. Only rubbed the tip at the happy hour. Okay. Now we're trading sexual favors for work now. She still rubbed your tip, which is, congratulations. That's a big deal. I don't know if you're necessarily working in. It sounds like it's a pretty toxic work environment, or maybe the least toxic work environment ever. BJ's for work, I would do that. You don't want to end a marriage though, so I think rubbing the tip is fine. I'd stick to rubbing the tip. All right, what else we got here? Someone's coworker, they got the silent treatment from a 70-year-old. That's really embarrassing. If you're 70 years old and you've like resorted to the silent treatment for dealing with your problems, that's ultimately a kind of a sad person at the end of the day. And the silent treatment in general just doesn't work. You know, I'm so annoying that I just wouldn't leave you alone in the first place. And like, honestly, your silence is a gift to me. So I'm actually winning when you think you're winning in general. All right, what else we got? Someone says they said, I'm sick, need to take the day off when they're hungover and all their work lands on you. I think my coworker might have sent this because I call out sick for hangovers all the time. I cannot work when I'm hungover. When I was younger, I used to be able to. This is the day in the life of a hungover person at work. My number one tip if you're going to be hungover at the office, Do not be late to work. Your body is in a shambles. Your brain is in a fog. You can't handle conflict that early in the morning. So I know it sounds like you want to get all the sleep that you can. No, you want to get to the office as early as possible because you don't want to be noticed walking in late. That's the first thing. Second thing is you're going to want to basically just start pounding water and coffee. And pretty quickly after that, you're going to have your first massive shit of the day, which is great. You get out all the poison, you start fresh. Eventually you'll kind of make it to like 11:30, and that's when you want to go get the greasiest lunch possible. Everything bagel with bacon, egg, and cheese, maybe like a hamburger from like Five Guys. You kind of need that grease to get you through. Second coffee after that. Answer 2 or 3 emails, and then the most important thing is you're going to want to find your nap spot. Every office has it. It's generally like a lot of times they'll call it like a pregnancy room or like a new expectant mother's room. Most offices don't really have an expectant mother. And if you do, obviously don't take it from a pregnant woman, but that's the perfect place to nap. Go in there, take 30, close your eyes, lie down, come back. All the while. You're that much better. And you really just got to make it to 5 o'clock and then just go home, maybe work out, sweat out the gym, and then go to bed early and actually just do it all again. Or just keep drinking. I mean, can't get hungover if you don't stop drinking. I don't think that's true. All right. Onion, I told Tucker what you said, and he told me to tell you he deserves more money. He does. He does. But he should still send me money because he still has more money than I do. All right. Why do older people in the workplace act so immature? I think if you're that old and you're acting that immature, you kind of have a sad life. And this is the only place where you can kind of have control. That's when you see a lot of people being really annoying and Karens. It's the important thing to remember and step away from is if someone's being annoying in the office, it's because the rest of their life is kind of shitty. So if you have a good life, you're winning at the end of the day. All right. We have about 2 minutes. If anyone wants to make one last call with your work problems. I'm reading some of the stories on my Work Retired Eye Instagram about work. I am not Father Tucker. I am here Tuesdays to talk about work problems. All right. Someone said pulled strings to get a highly desired position and then promptly quit the company. That is annoying. But I mean, here's the thing. You can't blame them. By getting that promotion, they probably got another job somewhere else that was even better because they pulled those strings to get the promotion. And listen, if you're not the boss, if it's not your company, you should be all about your coworkers getting as much money as possible. And it does suck that they pulled all these strings and left, but now that position's open for you. So stop making excuses and go get that promotion if you really think you deserve it. All right. Onion, get a good night's sleep. I appreciate your support in the chat. This is Down Bad at Work. We'll be here Tuesdays, and starting next week, we'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're taking your questions about work. I will answer some dating questions. I'm not Father Tucker, but I'm here to help as well. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.